Hey everyone, it's my distinct pleasure to welcome you to Glacier Point Middle School. Of course, by now you know me, I'm Mr. Thomas, but once again, now that we've finished this first module on Welcome Back and all our policies and procedures, I just want to welcome you one more time to our campus and to my class. Middle school is definitely going to be challenging for both you and your parents, but it's important to remember that this is the foundation from which the next and potentially most exciting and impactful years of your life will be built. In order to optimize the chances for success during this time in my class, I ask that you listen and familiarize yourself with the stuff listed on this syllabus here, and then review it with your parent. They will be getting a copy through Parent Square. I just want to let you all know how truly excited I am to share this experience with you. I believe in all of your abilities to be successful, and I'm going to support you in doing that. So please just reach out to me if you ever need any help. Check with me at lunch. Email me, of course, is the most direct way to get a hold of me. And right now is your opportunity to see my email, and then again the phone number if anybody ever needs to get a hold of me directly here at work. So let's move on and review the syllabus together. Before we really get started, let's review Central Unified's guiding principles. Central Unified is driven by its 4 guiding principles. These principles will influence every aspect of your learning while on campus. Belief: every student can learn. Vision: every student is prepared for success in college, career, and community. Mission: every student will engage in rigorous, relevant, standards-based instruction in every classroom every day to ensure student learning. And core values: character, leadership, innovation, and continuous improvement. All right, section 1 of the course syllabus is the course description. Grade 7 is an in-depth study of many great civilizations from around the globe throughout the time period, starting with the ending of the Roman Empire all the way to the Age of Reason, also known as the Middle Ages or medieval times. This class will integrate the topics and skills outlined in this link here to California History Social Science State Standards, the C3 framework, and the California State Common Core Language Development Standards in social science to provide a comprehensive overall understanding of early civilizations and their greater impact on the development of modern society. So this is what we're studying: medieval times and its impact on modern day. Part 2 is goals and objectives. What do we want to accomplish while we're here? My goal is to develop your functional reading and writing skills as laid out by those state standards I just mentioned, while also providing a welcome environment and opportunities to recognize, question, and better understand the history and social mechanisms of human civilization. The specific content objectives that will change according to the standards we're covering in each unit module. So for example, the unit on Mesoamerica, our objectives will only be specific to Mesoamerican civilizations, but will be updated and posted monthly as part of our outline on Google Classroom. Regardless of what module we're in, which civilization we're covering, we will continuously strive to use and develop the following historical skills. A, critical thinking and inquiry, questioning, right, what we're doing, and the evidence that we're finding. Research, evidence, and citation. C, chronological and spatial analysis. This is reading and analyzing timelines. D, map reading and global orientation, how to identify where we are on Earth and the significance of that location. E, evaluating perspectives of others, that's in other civilizations and others across time. And then F, hard work and persistence. Section 3 covers materials. And it's really straightforward in this class. Our textbook is the National Geographic Learning World History, Medieval, and Early Modern Times book that was checked out to you from the library. You should have that physical copy at home. Second, we have a physical copy of that textbook in class, and that will stay in class with us. And then third, I will show you how to access the digital copy of the textbook through the Clever homepage. In class, I provided you with pencils. I've passed out binders if you were in a first period class of mine, and notebooks were provided for you. There is nothing else that I require you have for class. It may be wise to carry a pair of earbuds that you can plug into the Chromebook, but that's it. I do still provide those for you. It's only if you prefer to use your own when we do assignments like this Edpuzzle. All right, section 4, grading policy. Grades will be calculated using a point system. I think that's pretty much every teacher on campus. The number of points earned divided by the total number of points possible will determine the student's grade. Those points earned through homework, quizzes, tests, completion of written notes, any graphic organizers, essays, projects, presentations that we do in class. Grades will be assigned the following standard scale. And this should be familiar to you. 100 to 90% is an A, 89 to 80% is a B, 79 to 70% is a C, 69 to 60% is a D, and 59 to 0% is an F. The assignments will be weighted this way. So this is the amount of classwork being assigned a certain percentage. Formative assessments, that's your daily classwork, quizzes, small projects, exit slips in class, are going to be 55% of that total grade. Summative assessments, that's end of module unit tests or midterms, final tests, that's going to be 20% of your grade. And then I understand not everybody is great at taking tests, and there's some inherent flaws in those summative assessments at times. So we also have major projects will account for 25% of the final grade. That's large individual and group projects requiring the students to create something which will take more than one class period to complete. My late work policy is here. Work assigned both in class and online will be due either in person or on the digital platform from which it was originally posted, typically Google Classroom, within a week after being assigned. Work turned in after the posted due date up until the end of the content module or 6-week grading period, whichever comes first, will be considered late and subject to reduced credit, but can still and should be turned in. Late work will not be accepted after each 6-week grading period has passed. You could earn up to full credit, though, on those late assignments if done right and by the given instructions. If work is missed due to an absence, the student will be allowed 1 day to make up the work for each day they were absent. So you've gone a week, you have a week to make up the work. After this time, it becomes late. All right, Section 5, Student Behavior. All Central Unified District and Glacier Point school-wide policies, including but not limited to the dress code, wearing your lanyard and ID, anti-bullying initiatives, and academic codes of conduct will be enforced in the class. It's expected that all students follow these rules as well as my individual classroom expectations, procedures, and practices when present. It's a lot to handle, but we've all heard them at one point or another and are given refreshers periodically. If you're unsure or have a question about whether what you're about to do in class or on campus is appropriate, then I would ask an administrator or a teacher, or just not do that. Okay? But as a reminder, let's walk through some of the things I've talked about and that we've learned just through practice over the last week and a half. So 1 through 10 I have listed here is number 1, be on time and line up outside the classroom. 2, walk into and around the classroom. Never any running or tag. 3, be kind to yourself and others. Keep it a positive environment. 4, bring paper, pencils, and composition notebook with you every day. Okay? The notebook should just stay in class. It should never have to leave, so it should be there for you. And I have now pencils available for you as well. 5, be aware of assignment due dates posted to Google Classroom. 6, please do not eat food, candy, or chew bubble gum in class unless I've given us permission when the Thomas store is open or for a particular reward party. Same thing with number 7, no drinks with the exception of water are allowed. Number 8, no cell phones, including earbuds, are to be used during class for any reason. It's a distraction and it keeps you from participating the way that you should. And then number 9, when the teacher is speaking, please listen quietly. And 10, when a classmate is sharing, that's speaking to the class as well, please listen. Glacier Point follows a positive discipline program as outlined in the current COSD student handbook. Behavioral infractions may result in a phone call home, right there in class, or from the vice principal's office, campus beautification, a referral, on-campus suspension, like going to the Thinkery, or suspension from school altogether. Please refer to the student handbook, parents, students, if you really have a question about what can be allowed on campus and what cannot. All right, you guys know, along with behavior, I give out Thomas tickets, and here's a little bit more about that. So as I mentioned, we're a positive behavior intervention support school, which means we make a deliberate effort to recognize and reward wise choices and exemplary behavior instead of just punishing the mistakes. To that end, I've created a reward system based on the accumulation and of redeemable tickets I offer, or I refer to as Thomas tickets. Exemplary student behavior, that is behavior that adheres to and models district, school, and classroom behavior expectations, performs procedures superbly, when seen by me, will be recognized and rewarded with any number of tickets I determine necessary to incentivize the behavior, okay, for that one individual and throughout the community of learners. Most often, I will give those tickets out during quizzes, when you raise your hand to read, or I've called on you randomly and you participate and answer my questions, you'll earn a ticket. If you're helping your group mates and your partners in class, you're earning a ticket. Okay? At the conclusion of each content module, I'll open the in-class store. So that's at the end of every module after we've taken the test. It is at that time the Thomas tickets may be redeemed or otherwise cashed in for pretty much candy and snacks, right? Not anything I'm making from home, all stuff that's pre-sealed. Okay? If you have an allergy or anything like that, you need to let me know, and I'll give you this link to the Google form that you can let me know what those things are, and I'll just make sure they're not in the store, or to make sure you don't get a hold of those items, okay? So again, please let me know if that's the case. All right, we're just about done. I just want to review here on the syllabus. What's getting sent home to your parents are the class codes for Google Classroom. If you ever get disconnected for whatever reason from our Google Classroom, you'll be able to find those codes there and just link in. Or if you're a newer student and you haven't got into the Google Classroom yet, the codes are there for you. Okay, finally, I just need you to verify that you watched this video, and by selecting yes or no to the question that follows. And I hope we have a great year. I'm excited to work through all this with you guys. Let's rock and roll.